Welcome to the St. Paul Avenue and North Street Corridor Improvements Project Public Information Meeting. My name is Craig Austin, and I will be the Construction Project Manager for the construction project. For additional information regarding the up-and-coming construction or the history about the two-way street conversion project, please visit the city's webpage listed below. As funded in the city's 2022 Capital Improvements Plan, the St. Paul Avenue and North Street Corridor Improvements Project will occur in 2022. The project will be between the intersections of St. Paul Avenue and Mountain Avenue and North Street and PEWAUKEE Road. The project will convert existing one-way roads on both St. Paul Avenue and North Street to two-way traffic. The project will consist of a full reconstruction area, including new pavement, new pedestrian crossings, new traffic signals, sanitary sewer rehabilitation, and new water main. The project will also consist of a resurfacing area, which will include new asphalt surface, new pedestrian crossings, and traffic signal modifications, converting one-way traffic signals into two-way. The northeast end of the project will see major changes with the introduction of a connector road from North Street to St. Paul Avenue and the reconstruction of the North Street and PEWAUKEE Road intersection. Currently, project plans are being finalized and will be out for bid in February. Construction is expected to begin in late March and will be completed by the end of October. We are estimating a total of the project cost to be approximately $9.1 million to receive approximately $4 million in federal funds for the improvements project. Currently, on St. Paul Avenue, between the intersections of Wisconsin Avenue and Madison Street, private utility companies have begun their upgrades and relocations of their facilities ahead of the city's project. At the completion of their work, existing above-ground electric and communication lines will be relocated below ground. The private utility upgrades and relocations is expected to be complete in early May. Also, beginning in early January, the Bridgewalk Apartments development began. This development is expected to be completed in 2023. Beginning at the west end of the city's project, between Mountain Avenue and Fuller Street, this area will be fully reconstructed with new concrete pavement. St. Paul Avenue will have one travel lane in each direction, with parking on both sides of the street. Parking will begin just to the east of the left turn lanes. The intersection will be brought up to current roadway standards, including the addition of left turn lanes, a new traffic signal, and upgraded pedestrian crossings. With the reconstruction, we will also be rehabilitating the sanitary sewer and replacing the water main along St. Paul Avenue. North Street will be fully reconstructed from St. Paul Avenue to Madison Street. At the completion of this work, the public will be able to travel from St. Paul Avenue northeast on North Street to the intersection of North, Madison, and Delafield Street. North Street will include one travel lane in each direction with on-street parking on both sides of the road. Continuing east, the full reconstruction of both St. Paul Avenue and North Street will continue just to the east of the intersection with Madison Street. From the end of the reconstruction area, the resurfacing area will begin and continue east. St. Paul Avenue between Fuller Street and Brook Street will have one travel lane in each direction. The intersection of St. Paul and Madison Street will be brought up to current roadway standards, including the addition of left turn lanes, a new traffic signal, and upgraded pedestrian crossings. Also, with the reconstruction, we will be rehabilitating the sanitary sewer and replacing the water main along St. Paul Avenue and Madison Street. Madison Street will be reconstructed from the bridge crossing the Fox River to just past Ann Street. Madison Street will remain two travel lanes in each direction, but the island and the right turn slip lane will be reconstructed as a more traditional intersection layout. The bridge crossing the Fox River will also be rehabilitated with the project. The North Street reconstruction will end near the intersection with Madison Street. The island at the intersection will be modified to provide enough space for a left turn lane onto Madison Street. At the completion of this work, North Street will be converted from one-way operation to a two-way operation. Continuing east, both St. Paul Avenue and North Street will be resurfaced. The pedestrian crossings at all the intersections will be upgraded to current standards. St. Paul Avenue, beginning just to the east of Brook Street, we will be adding an additional travel lane to handle the additional traffic from the Madison Street intersection and the Barstow Street intersection. There will also be one travel lane westbound. On-street parking will remain on the eastbound travel lane side. North Street, between Brook Street and Barstow Street, will consist of one travel lane in each direction with left turn lanes at the intersection of North Street and Barstow Street and a left turn lane into the transit center. Between Barstow Street and Albert Street, North Street will consist of one travel lane in each direction with on-street parking on both sides of the roadway. The traffic signals at both St. Paul Avenue and Barstow Street and North Street and Barstow Street will be upgraded and modified for two-way traffic operations. The project will be completed just to the east of Pewaukee Road. There are two major changes at this end of the project. First, we are constructing a connector road from North Street to St. Paul Avenue. The benefits of this from a traffic standpoint is it balances the traffic between North Street and St. Paul Avenue while maintaining two travel lanes westbound. At the intersection of St. Paul Avenue, Albert Street, and the new connector road, there will be a new traffic signal installed. Next, at the intersection of North Street and Pewaukee Road, we are reconfiguring the intersection and changing the current yield condition and making it a stop-controlled condition. This change will help correct a safety concern raised by Public Works, the Police Department, and the traveling public. It will also allow vehicles traveling from Pewaukee Road to be able to utilize the new connector road down to St. Paul Avenue. St. Paul Avenue will continue with two travel lanes eastbound and one travel lane westbound, with parking on the eastbound direction side. North Street will have one travel lane in each direction with parking on both sides of the road. As North Street approaches Albert Street, vehicles will not be able to continue eastbound and will be directed to turn on Albert Street to the new traffic signal at the intersection of St. Paul, Albert Street, and the new connector road. For additional questions or concerns, we will be hosting a public information meeting on January 13th from 4 o'clock till 6 o'clock at City Hall and the Council of Chambers. Or, additionally, questions can be emailed to me at my email, causen, AUSEN, at waukesha-wi.gov.